Hi all, it's iLearnCode here again. In the last tutorial we covered how to create an array called films and include film 1 and film 2. When we start the application we run and return film1.title the matrix and film2.title aliens. This is with a simple for each loop. In this tutorial we're going to be looking at other more advanced loops. So if we go ahead and comment out the for each loop, tab down a couple, if we right click, insert snippet, code patterns, conditions and loops, and for next statement as opposed to a for each. So in this one we want for I, a new variable, as an integer equal to 1 to films.count. And then below that, if we write console.write line films bracket I minus 1 brackets dot title, and close bracket on that as well. If we just quickly run through this, for the new integer as I, we want 1 to equal films count. So the console is going to be writing out lines of the film.title. Every time it loops, it's going to be taken off 1. So if we click start on that, it's going to run in exactly the same method. However, we haven't put a console.read key on, so it's going to disappear immediately. Console.read key open close brackets. If we run that again, the matrix, return, and we get the aliens again. So that's another method of doing it. If we comment out that and insert another snippet, this time we're going to do a while, end while loop. So if we insert code patterns, conditions and loops, while end loop, in here if we write while open brackets index is, I'm not sure what we need to do before we start writing that, just above it if we create a new instance of index as an integer which is equal to 0. So it's basically saying index, the word index is equal to 0. So while index, which is currently 0, is less than films.count, so we've got, there's 2 films in there at the moment, so that's going to be valid at the moment. We want to write to the console.writeLine films, the index of film dot title, and every time it goes round in this loop we need to close the brackets on that. Every time it goes round we want index to equal index plus 1. So this is just a way to increase the value of index each time. So for every time it goes around the array or around the loop, it's going to increase the value of that by 1 to step through the whole array. If we add a console.read key finally, open close brackets and go ahead and run this, we're going to get film 1, the matrix, hit enter, and it's going to go round to aliens. So there are 2 more advanced methods of how to use the for each loop. But for something basic that we're doing at the moment, we can comment that out and just simply use a very easy for each loop.